Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome. In this video, I'm going to show you guys this really cool little EDC flashlight that was sent out to me by WUBEN. This is a 400 lumen light. It has a couple of cool features, built-in magnets. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this back to the desk here, unbox it, take a look at all of the features. I think a little small EDC light like this is a must-have. All right, guys, let's take a look at exactly what we get in the box. As with a lot of their products, they're always very well packaged. Now, again, like I said before, this is a 400 lumen light. It has an IP rating, as it's listed here, of IP65. So that means it can get wet, no problems there. But let's take a look at what comes in the box. So inside of the box, as you guys can see, again, very well packaged. I like the presentation that they have for this. So you can just kind of pop this out like so, or just drop it out however you want to. You're going to find the starter manual that's going to walk you through a lot of the features. You also receive this USB-A to USB-C cable, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. This first thing is the lanyard that comes with it, but you still have a cable in here as well. So this is a little micro USB-C to USB-A cable that you can use for charging this guy up. And then on the front of the packaging, it gives you some information about the belt clip mount, and I'll show that to you guys here in a second. All right, so let's just go ahead and pull this guy out. All right, first impressions, all metal, feels good in the hands. All right, so here's the additional magnet that I mentioned before that's underneath here, and we'll take a look at this magnet a little bit closer up here in a second. You have on this side your control button. So if you push this all the way up, that's going to expose the USB here so that you'll be able to charge this guy. If you bring it down to one tier, this is going to allow just the light to be turned on. And again, all the way up is to charge, and all the way down is to lock it. You have your power button here on the side. You have your dial here on the right next to the power button, and what that's going to allow you to do is to increase or decrease the amount of power coming from the light. Now the head is kind of one of those rotating heads, and as you guys can see, you can point this up, you can point it in the opposite direction. There is some heat venting on here as well, so that means that this does get a little bit warm. And you guys can see there's two elements there for the lights. So we do have an RGB light, and we have our standard emitter here as well. Now this is the belt clip that I was talking about. This is attached magnetically, so you can rotate this, you know, to different sides depending on how you want to mount this. Maybe you want to mount this like on a ball cap facing forward or something like that, or you just want this on your belt loop or in your pocket. You have those options with this as well. All right, so that's pretty much a rundown on the exterior of the light. Again, all metal, very well constructed. Let's go ahead and power this guy on for the first time. So to power it on, all right, so to turn the light on, you're just going to press it one time, and then the light will turn on. To adjust the intensity of the light, you can rotate this little dial, as you guys see here. So this is probably at the lowest point, and when it gets to the lowest point, it will blink twice, like so. And then when it gets to the highest point, it'll blink again, letting you know that it's at the highest point. So let's bring that down. So it also has memory. So that means whatever intensity you set this light at, if you turn it off, and then when you turn it back on, it's going to be at that same intensity whenever you turn the light on and off, which is really nice. Okay. Now, if you want to put this into turbo mode, you can double tap it, and it automatically goes into its highest output automatically. And then you can double tap it and bring it back to whatever the previous outputs you had for the light. Now you can also press and hold this for a few seconds, and it will put it into the RGB mode. So now we're in kind of like a purple color, and you can rotate this dial and you can adjust it to whatever colors you want. Now for me as a content creator, this is a really cool thing because I can use this light sometimes maybe to emphasize a product or something like that. Of course, you want to increase the intensity, but you only have 10 lumens on this, so it doesn't really get any brighter, but this could be a great little accent light if you wanted to use it that way. Now, once you have it in whatever color mode you want it to be in, let's say red is the color mode we're going for. If you double tap that, it will become a flashing beacon And then you could use that, you know, maybe to, you know, alert someone to your status or whatever the case it will be. So it has a lot of really cool features built into the light. And like I said, you know, the functions of it are very simple. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, finding what works best for you. And, you know, I like this. I like the concept of this. I'm not a big fan of how this little belt loop look works. But I do see the practicality of it. I haven't had it fall off or anything like that so far. But yeah, that's the light. So I think, you know, for a lot of people, this is going to be a really nice light, that really, you know, convenient magnet here at the bottom that allows you to easily connect this to something. So when I'm working with my drones or I'm out in the field, a lot of times I'm in dark environments and I need to find things really quickly inside of a camera bag. I think a little light like this, a little EDC light like this would really come in handy. So if you too are looking for a portable EDC light that has a lot of cool features, I think it'll be worth giving this guy a look, guys. So definitely check this light out. I'm going to add this to my bag as it stands right now. Just looking at this, you know, giving you guys kind of an indicator of how this feels in my hands. I could see this easily being a part of my EDC carry. All right, guys, it's been your buddy Rome with Rome Knows Tech, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.